So someone recently asked me how to better the quality on their stream picture or recording picture, and I'm just putting this video out just to show everybody what I did. If I could find the original video where I learned this from, I will link it down in the description. If I can't, I'm sorry. However, there's probably like millions of videos that are like this anyhow. But here I am showing you how to change it. Now, as you see, I went in my settings. I'm using Streamlabs up here. It usually, I don't know how to show you with other OBS softwares, but all of them are basically similar. Just very, you go into settings, you get something like this. Now what you want to do is go to output. What most people thought, you go to video. Now, depending on what kind of capture card you have, some of them will glitch out if everything over on this screen is not the same as what's put through. So you gotta make sure if it's running at 180p, make sure it's running at 180p. If it's running at 60 frames per second, even though if you're recording on a console and you're only doing 30 frames per second and you don't want to push your computer that far, I was the same way. But if you have different settings on your OBS, that you have your capture card, you're going to have glitches, you're going to have it just like not send any video or just freeze up altogether, and only the audio will come through. I have had so many videos that are just a picture of some random like point in a video game, and it's just everyone talking and all the noise and all that. You don't want that. So make sure that your video is the exact same as what your capture card is pushing out. However, when it comes to the encoding and stuff, what you want to do is, for streaming, obviously, streaming, recording, either way, it's all the same thing. Use your encoder. What you usually say here, I can't currently change it because I am recording here. However, it'll say on default, it'll say software and some random number. What you want to do is push this down, and then put it back. Put it to whatever hardware you have. I have an AMD graphics card, and that's for streaming. Recording is the exact same way. I highly recommend you do MP4 format. That's what the most popular format that there is. And plus, it's easier for your computer to process. If you put, I think there's another format called AVI, like trying to upload to YouTube and stuff like that. Just go with MP4. And again, recording. You put, I can't put it down, but for like default, it'll say software. You want to see whatever hardware you have. Press it. Usually you only have like one piece of hardware. Hopefully you do have hardware. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. It all depends on what kind of specs you have, what kind of capture card you're using, what kind of computer you're using. But yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want to look for. Settings, output mode, recording, streaming, audio. I mean, the person who would ask this is just doing commentary, so they're not going to record audio in the same time as they record video gameplay. However, I'd say the default settings are just fine. I haven't gotten any complaints about my audio tracks on my videos, so I'd say the default settings are just fine. But as far as recording, you want to make sure that it's MP4 format, and your recording, the encoding with your recording is going through the hardware instead of the software.